What is going on, everyone? Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm so happy to say welcome back because we took a little break, but we are officially back every single day, every one of your weekdays, giving you a Sunshine State sports rundown where we're going to talk about everything sports when it comes to the state of Florida. So let's just get into it without further ado. Let's not waste your time. Today's going to be a recap episode of the NFL and college football this season. So let's start it over with the NFL. Dolphins Bills. The Dolphins lost this game 31 to 10, and they weren't really able to get anything going on the offensive side of the ball. Tua was missing throws right and left. Receivers really weren't able to get open. That Jalen Waddle early, pass at the 1 yard line that was incomplete was huge. However, you had some momentum with the run game with Devon Achane early, and you obviously gave it to him late with Tua with the obvious injury. But why not give it to him more in deep second quarter, in early third quarter type situations? You can trust Devon Achane. Tua wasn't his game. Obviously, thoughts and prayers go up to him after his injury. He will undergo a concussion, and that is definitely something that is going to be huge. But the Dolphins need to figure something out. 2 games on defense where they gave up so much through the run game. James Cook having 3 touchdowns, 2 of them which were on the ground. The linebacker room in the front seven has to improve on this Dolphins team for them to figure something out. So we're going to go quick. We're going to run down all these teams. So without going in depth, let's move it over to the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers start the season 2-0, and Baker Mayfield is playing MVP level football. And I know you guys may think it's an overreaction, but he has been stellar throughout his 2 games with the Buccaneers, both games he has thrown for just over 500 yards in 2 games. That is something that the Buccaneers have to cherish. After losing Tom Brady, someone who led you to a Super Bowl, Baker Mayfield. I'm not going to say he's Tom Brady. He's nowhere near him, and I apologize for those thinking that I'm comparing the two. But they they're playing good under Baker Mayfield. It seems as if they have an identity. Todd Bowles, someone who's able to lead his teams out to early quick starts and successful quick starts. The lines were expected to be good, but the Buccaneers were able to overcome it. Think this Buccaneers team is really solid. Mike Evans was able to get open multiple times in the receiver room, and he's a veteran that you can rely on. The Jaguars dropped to 0-2 after an 18-13 loss to the Browns. This was a tough game for the Jaguars offense. They weren't really able to get anything going on the offense as a whole. I feel like, as well as the Dolphins, how Devon Achane should be involved more. I think the same thing, but a little bit more even for Travis Etienne. You spend a second round pick on a running back, and he's someone out of Clemson. He's super speedy, super athletic, just a natural running back where he's not a huge guy, but he can still break through tackles. So I would like to see him be incorporated more. That'll be it on the NFL side of things. But let's move over to the college side of things. Miami absolutely demolished, curb stomp, smacks Ball State 62 to nothing, and they are looking excellent. Cam Ward is just an upgrade, to say the least, from Tyler Van Dyke. Getting him from Washington State has just been positive. And as I've mentioned, Miami has a stellar running back room. They have the best defensive line in the country. But on the running back room, we've seen guys like Mark Fletcher and Jordan Lai be so dominant. But and Damian Martinez as well. But AJ Allen, someone who had an amazing, just awesome fall camp, was excellent. That huge rush, the touchdown as well, was great. And if I'm a Miami fan, I'm just encouraging it. I'm just encouraging. I'm going to give the team a round of applause. This Miami team, they should be a top 5 team, although they're number 7 or number 6 in the AP poll. They play USF in an intriguing matchup this weekend. Excited to see that one. But the defense, it is excellent. We have mentioned it's the best defensive line in the country. So Miami has a lot to look forward to. A team that doesn't have much to look forward to is the Florida State Seminoles. After dropping their first two games to respective fellow ACC schools, one of them being on a neutral site, first game of the season, week 0 at Georgia Tech, not at Georgia Tech, but a game in Ireland where DJU in the offense, besides that first drive, they weren't able to get anything going. The defense wasn't bad, but they just laid an egg versus Boston College. Memphis got out to an early 20-3 lead. Like Seth Hannigan, he was electric. The quarterback from Memphis, he was a dual threat quarterback. In that game, he was as well very good on the ground. So definitely something that Memphis, eh, Memphis, Memphis. It's hard to tell how good they are because Florida State has lost to everyone. But Florida State has a lot of things to figure out. Is Mark Novell the guy? I'm not sure. UCF, another another win. They just edged it out. And as well as Miami, I really am high on this UCF team. Getting a transfer like KJ Jefferson, a dual threat, as well as Cam Ward from Arkansas, was he? Yeah, KJ Jefferson for Arkansas. But they give it to RJ Harvey 30 times a game. Sorry about that. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think you should utilize your running back room if you have a guy as good as RJ Harvey on the running game. KJ Jefferson took off with his legs as well. So UCF, they have a lot to look forward to. USF absolutely destroys Southern Miss 49-24. Byron Brown was amazing. The defense does need to improve, but they held with Alabama on the road. I think they can hold with Miami at home. We're going to do a preview later. Last but certainly not least, FAU beats FIU in the Shula Bowl rivalry, the arch South Florida rivalry. And FAU, they had that. And I was at this game, so sorry if I go more in depth or watch the whole game if it as normal. So FIU was up 7-0. FAU had a blocked punt, and FIU had the ball up 7-0 at FAU's 12. FAU got 3 negative yardage downs on defense, were able to force a field goal, and guess what happened? Field goal was no good. FAU was able to take forward, and the offense was lights out from there. The defense is so solid on this FAU team. You have guys like Prince Boyd and Chris Jones in the front seven. The linebacker room is so special, so different, and so encouraging. A guy like Jackson Ambush or Eddie Williams are Power 5 type starters, caliber first team All-Americans. So, FAU, huge win for them. I thought they were able to establish the running back room. You have CJ Campbell, the redshirt freshman, was able to get that big touchdown on the ground, as well as Zuberi Mobley, 3 touchdowns. And lastly, actually, was the Florida Gators. Wow. You start the season 1-2. And that is not encouraging if you're a Gator fan. The Gators faithful were all calling for a start from DJ Lagway, and that's not what happened. Graham Mertz started the game, had 195 yards, was 12 for 15. Didn't play bad, but Lagway was able to get in the game was able to get some snaps as well. I think both those teams, A&M and Florida, are not great, to say the least. They're mid, but they both need. Florida needs to find an identity at quarterback, or Billy Napier's job is in huge jeopardy. We are back with the Sunshine State Sports Rundown. Thank you guys so much for watching. Running down every team, talking about every team in the state of Florida. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, leave a like on the video. See you guys in the next one.